Please stand for the pledges.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Please be seated for a moment of silence. The PHS cybersecurity team is holding its orientation on Tuesday, March 28th from 4:15 to 4:45. The club offers hands-on learning experience with the latest cybersecurity tools and opportunities to participate. The Our Body Not Yours Club will be having their March meeting on Wednesday, March 24th in the LGI from 4:30 to 5:30. Ready Set Teach students Maddie Hall and Cheyenne Ruth recently competed at the Texas Association of Future Educators State Conference and will be advancing to the Educators Rising National Conference held in Orlando, Florida over the summer. Be sure to stay tuned for a special edition of Eagle Nation News.
Today on Eagle Nation News. 2 weeks ago, the ENN team took a trip to Long Beach, California to attend the broadcast competition STN. William Norris takes a look at how students from all over the country traverse the new atmosphere. Here at PHS, theater is alive and running. Johnny Pittman shows how students are able to express themselves through the power of acting. Winning an award for your animation is not an easy feat, let alone for your first ever animation. Nuala Adams gives us a story of how 4 PHS students were able to do just this.
Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. Today is Tuesday, March 28th. I'm Lexi Whitworth.
And I'm Tyler Medeiros. Last Monday, a shooting occurred at Lamar High School in Arlington, Texas. The shooting resulted in 1 student injured and 1 dead. The suspect was 15 years old and was arrested off campus after the shooting. They are currently being charged for capital murder.
Are you ready to live without TikTok? It could happen. Last week, Congress met with TikTok CEO Xiaozhi Chu in order to discuss whether the app should be available to the public or not. While some are hoping that this will remove TikTok from the lives of themselves and their loved ones, others are hoping to continue to be heard through the app.
I personally deleted TikTok a while ago, but I know I have many friends who will be sad to see the service go.
I hear you there, Tyler. And I know some LA influencers who are going to be very upset about this. Speaking of California, a group of students from Eagle Nation News, PHS The Talent, and Eagle Production Group went to compete in a nationwide broadcast competition. William Norris has the story.
Last weekend, nearly 3,000 broadcast students gathered in Long Beach for a nationwide broadcast competition. Student Television Network hosts this event every year in different locations, so some students may feel like a fish out of water.
Long Beach is much more different than Hawaii is. I definitely feel like a fish out of water in this environment. It's a really faster pace. There's a lot more people than there is in Hawaii, especially people of different races, people of different ethnicities, and feeling a little bit uncomfortable in some parts, especially when we're at the convention.
While some massive differences in cities can lead to some uncertainty, some participants look forward to the convention.
Yeah, I definitely felt like we got a lot closer during STN. You know, us spending how many days? 5 days, and especially going to Disneyland was really cool because this STN is the time of the year where we're all together, and we don't go home to our families, we go home to the hotel rooms with our friends and stuff, so super cool and a great experience.
Students every year are challenged with the highest of highs and lowest of lows. But this year, students were challenged to be fearless. Reporting for Eagle Nation News,
You may have won silver, but you are always gold to us.
I'm William Norris.
It's so great to see students come from all over the nation and compete for a trophy to represent their high school.
Yes, that is so inspiring. And just a few hours away from Long Beach is Hollywood, where new shows and news have appeared. Stay tuned, Talent Talk is next. From social media to shows and media, there's always something happening in the world of entertainment. Peyton, can you give us the news?
Thanks, Tyler. Disaster has struck social media platform Twitter for what it seems to be the 1 millionth time now, as it is now only worth $20 billion, according to an internal memo created by CEO Elon Musk. This might not seem like a big deal, but keep in mind, Musk bought the social media giant for $40 billion, twice what it is now worth. If Twitter is unable to bounce back, this could be its downfall. Moving from social to show, the first season of Donald Glover and Janny Naber's Swarm has released on Amazon Prime. The show revolves around a young woman obsessed with popular R&B singer, which has many parallels and aesthetics similar to Beyonce. I personally haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure excited to see how the show plays out. Have either of y'all seen it, Tyler and Lexi?
I haven't seen it yet, but now it's definitely on my to-do list.
Yes, I'm on the same boat as you. I've seen a couple of clips and the acting looks phenomenal. And speaking of acting, the theater program here at PHS is very active and vocal. Jonathan Pittman gives us a closer look into how the program lets students express themselves through the art of acting.
The Prosper Theater Department is the largest program at the school. Despite students feel like it's a home away from home.
It's amazing. It's like we're a big family here. I guess taking a step to out of my life to be somewhere else. Almost like a different world.
Being committed to a program like this sure has long-lasting effects.
I've been in theater for almost 7 years, I think. You know, I just like to get out of my own. I would like to be in somebody else's body and try to be more into their mind and focus, and it takes me away from my life to live in somebody else's life. And it's an amazing challenge. It helps me harness my talents and my knowledge for the craft.
For acting, you must have lots of confidence to be able to perform and shine.
Self-confidence, a lot. Anxiety, talking in front of people. Because I have really bad social anxiety, and theater's definitely helped me with that a lot. Gotta do you. Gotta feel your love, what makes you happy, and also how you want others people to see you, I guess.
These students are really able to shine on stage through their passion.
It's a lot of talented people. A lot of beautiful people. Great personalities and great minds. That's it.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Jonathan Pittman.
I have many friends in theater, and seeing them be able to perform is just so inspiring.
Oh yeah, theater is such a great way to represent our Prosper Pride. And speaking of Prosper Pride, last weekend was Beat Rock Hill Week. Colton Boston is in studio to bring you your sports updates next.
Here we go!
Prosper has continued to dominate our crosstown rivals, the Rock Hill Bluehawks. Colton Boston is in studio with this week's edition of Game Time.
Thanks, Lexi. Last Friday, the Prosper varsity baseball team played the second game of the Eagles district matchup against the Rock Hill Bluehawks on Rock Hill's field. But despite the home field advantage, Rock Hill lost by 6 to the Eagles. The game ended with a 7-1 score. Amazing work by the baseball team. The next day, the Eagles faced off against Southlake at the PHS baseball fields and won again, this time by 2 runs. The final score was 5-3. Let's hope they keep this momentum as they play Little Elm today. JV starts at 4:30 and varsity starts at 7:30. On Saturday, the boys powerlifting team competed at the state powerlifting meet with 7 lifters competing. Trey Shirley placed 4th in state. Trey is the first medalist in Prosper ISD history. Congratulations to not only Trey, but the entire powerlifting team. The Lady Eagles soccer team played in the bi-district round and won against Flower Mound 1-0. The goal was scored by Brooklyn Miller. Today at 7:30, they play James Martin High School for the round 2 in the playoffs. They will play at Hawk Stadium at Hebron High School. Yesterday, the varsity Prosper golf team teed off for the District 5 through 6A tournament. They will continue playing through today. The Prosper Eagles softball team is competing today with varsity starting at 7 and JV playing at 5. They will be playing McKinney at the Prosper softball fields. Tennis is also playing in the District 5 through 6A tournament today at Allen High School. The boys and girls team both started to play at 8 a.m. today. Good luck to the tennis team. Sports teams haven't been the only ones competing at PHS. This past February, the Eagle Production Group participated in the UIL Academic Youth Filmmakers Championship. Nuala Adams takes a look at how this competition went.
This is like one of the best scenes in our whole movie. Yeah.
Winning an award for an animation is an impressive feat, but winning an award for your first ever animation is almost unheard of. Lift is the title of this 3-minute-long animation created by 4 students. What makes this different from other award-winning animations is that this is the first animation anyone on the team had ever created.
So back in October, when we got back from New York for the All-American High School Film Festival, I sat these 3 kids down and I said, I know y'all are fantastic artists. You don't have a choice, y'all are making an animation. And they said, we've never made an animation before, we don't know how. I said, well, let's figure it out. let's figure out what kind of software we're going to use first. Let's write a script and figure out how we're going to do this. I knew they were extremely talented and great artists. They're great at drawing things, and so I wanted them to make something that they could be really proud of before they graduated.
We're all like artists to begin with, so we all knew like how to draw. It was just like a matter of figuring out what looks the best while animating.
This total film, to create it all, was 2 months. So we started somewhere in early October after our New York trip. Gio and I, we got on a Discord call and we just started like making these thumbnail sketches from the beginning because we had the whole story in our head. We were like, oh, we know how this is gonna look. You know, we want 2 boys, danger, and like a goal for them to leave a dangerous place.
The competition that we went to was UIL State, and we really didn't know what to expect. We were pretty confident that someone else would beat us, or at least we thought.
Like we knew we had a good film and we hoped we were gonna place, but like they named 3rd and 2nd place and we're like, oh man, we're not gonna win. That other good film is gonna win first. And then we won and it was just like one of the best moments of my life. It was so exciting.
Beginner animators winning a statewide competition is an inspiration to aspiring animators and artists everywhere looking to further their skills. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Nuala Adams.
Now, I've watched Lift a few times, and I'm amazed at how beginner animators were able to create something great.
Well, and not only just to create this, but also to win an award for it.
Absolutely.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Once again, I'm Lexi Whitworth.
And I'm Tyler Medeiros. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day, and go Eagles.